Welcome back, everyone. We're back live at the 2022 VNEA World Pool Championships. We're at the Westgate Resort and Hotel in the beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And we got a barn burner of a match here. We got the men's Masters 9-ball singles final. Alex Olinger won the hot seat. He's taking on Eric Tremblay. And this is going to be a good one. Make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots for us. Eric has to win twice. He has to win 2 races to 7 in order to take home this title. Just head back over to this view. Just wanted to give you guys an idea what they're looking at over there. What Alex was looking at. He plays a push out. If you guys are new to 9-ball, after the break shot and only after the break shot in 9-ball, you're allowed to play what's called a push out, where you can push the cue ball to anywhere, pocket any ball, and your opponent has the option of shooting or making you shoot again. And in this situation, Eric is pretty happy to make Alex shoot this ball. We'll get on over to this other camera. I know there's a bit of a delay in those cameras. We're gonna have to we're gonna move the whole stream over before the team event, so we'll get that fixed up. Make sure it's all clean and clear. If you guys can let us know if the volume is okay as well and the picture quality is okay, we'd much appreciate that. I'm following along with the comments on the Facebook and the YouTube. If you guys are new to Q Sports Live, my name is Ben Francis. My business partner, Mr. Grant Zemp, will be joining me shortly. And we'll be your commentators for this finals match. Really looking forward to this one. I lost to both of these players. They played fantastic against me. I think it's around the 3rd or 4th time I've played Alex, and he's won every time. He's such a fantastic player on these small tables, and as you can see there, what a great shot. 2 really great shots. So let me just switch us back over to this camera, because we do have a bit of delay in that video. Grant Zemp is in. Have you noticed that there's a delay in those 2 cameras?
I didn't notice that.
One is way off time.
Very interesting.
See that? See, he's chalking right there. And on here, he's shooting the ball. Wonder what causes that. Interesting, right?
That's pretty interesting.
We learned something new.
Well, I guess it gives us a built-in different angle replay.
That's right. Len Vanderwall on the Facebook. Thanks, pal. These are not both U.S. players. Alex Olinger is from Dayton, Ohio. And Eric is from Quebec. So it's the
Canada.
The U.S.-Canada battle here. And Alex is probably in super dead stroke because he just finished playing the A-side final of the men's 8-ball. And I guarantee 9-ball right now looks like a complete joke to him.
No doubt.
And
I've only got to do this?
Yeah, I only got to make 9 balls. And they're all like over the hole, and there's nothing in the way. I can move the cue ball wherever I want. He played 3 or 4 really good shots there after he pushed out and got it given back.
Really?
He played a super cut on the 1, super cut on the 2. And a couple other really good shots in there. So nice start from Alex.
Typical Alex Olinger.
So our first look at Eric breaking here. The break is super big in this game. You got to be making balls and getting a look. And sometimes you'll see like this. You hit it perfectly fine, and then something spoils your day, like a ball in the way, and it's really hard to push out.
Oh yeah, he's
on these tables.
He's no good there. I don't think he can see the outside edge of the 1. Is there room to bank it?
Possibly, but how do
Right,
you
and-
get down for the 3? You gotta like go crazy with the cue ball, which makes the bank way harder.
It
right?
does, but I really, it's kind of the two-way shot, right? Bank the 1, send the cue ball off the top rail, a couple of rails back down for the 2 ball, hopefully.
Is a 2 on the table? No, he made the 2, so it's the 3 is the next ball. There's no 2 ball.
Oh,
there.
okay, yeah, down for the 3.
Yeah, the
I
3.
was looking at the 4 going, is
Thinking
that
it was
the
the
2?
2. Yeah, well, we're kind of at the mercy of the lighting here, so that's why you'll see this camera angle is about as good as it'll get. He
Just
does
like
play
this.
The bank, 2 rails around,
Just like
kiss
this.
off the 8 helps. And now we can see how Eric got himself to this position in the finals.
Right. Nudge the 9 out of the way for the 4. What's going on, Adam?
I wonder if he just tries to spin around the 8. I think that's the safer play if the 4 passes the 9.
Do you risk running into the backside of the 8 ball, though? Maybe not on that shallow of an angle.
Yeah, I think he's got enough angle. He might even just roll this in, shoot the 4 up table if it goes to top left. I don't hate that.
Yeah, very well could do that.
Bundy wants to know who won the 8 ball championship. Nobody yet.
It's yet
Tom
to be
Turow.
determined.
Tom Turow won the A side. He just finished beating Alex Olinger in the A side final.
The story that was never written that will often be pondered.
Right?
Tremblay, Ben's partner in the...
No, Turow. This is Tremblay playing.
or sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
Wow. Has it been a day?
It's been 5 days, I think. Has it been that many?
I
No,
don't even
I think
know.
only 4 maybe.
I don't even know. Yeah, he went a little high here.
No, we were here on Wednesday, so today's the 5th day.
Yes, it is. So yeah, the story that was never written.
Yeah.
Tom Turow and Ben Francis representing Canada.
Yeah, we had a good laugh about it at this event. Neither one of us missed a ball in that tournament, so it was great. We
Yeah.
played World Cup for Team Canada, didn't miss a shot.
It doesn't need to be mentioned that you didn't show up, but
That's right.
you know.
And in the...
I mean, I'll correct that.
we tried to show up.
You tried to show
We
up.
tried. We
You
tried.
were on the plane,
Imagine seeing you folks here, says Guy Nicklin.
right? Jeez.
Thanks for tuning in again, Guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's a mainstay. And hello, Joseph Newcomb on the YouTube. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you click that share button for us.
Yeah, quick, get her lots. These guys deserve a big audience.
Click the
This'll
thumbs
be
up
some-
on the YouTube as well, which I just did. I didn't know I could do that.
We learn something new every day.
Right. So the 8-ball singles A side was won by Tom Turow. So that'll put Alex Olinger in the B side final, awaiting the winner of Tyler Steinhaus and our very own Joseph Spence.
That would have been a really good match to have on this stream.
For sure, because those guys are both shooting absolute fire.
Alex was hoping that ball would have just a few more legs in it and get to that end rail.
The final 4 of that 8-ball is pretty unbelievable. That's going to be
That's
a
a
fun
challenge.
finish, right?
But can you hit this with some inside and go back up that side of the table?
Oh yeah, for sure, that's the shot. And it's not a lot of inside because it's actually quite grippy. Well, thank you, Jonathan, for tuning in. Yeah, we do play mostly bar box, but more so lately we've been playing quite a bit of 9-foot. Should be noted. And to be honest, the top players, like these kind of guys that we're seeing here, or Joe Spence, Eric Vargas, they play a lot of 9-foot.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's no secret. Eric Tremblay actually came way up through the B side because he beat me to get to the redraw. So he was on the B side early,
Right away.
but then he played all the way to the A side final in the redraw before losing to Alex. Then I believe he beat Ron Frank Jr. like 7-1 in the B
Holy.
final to get to a chance at double dipping Alex Olinger.
He knows how to play a bit.
Yeah, I think he's played a bit. Speaking of played a bit, that was a really smart shot because if he just hit a little higher up on the rail, that 5 was going safe towards the 7. I think that's what he was trying to do.
So what does Alex do here? Does he take the cut, or is
Eric shot
Eric?
here.
Sorry,
Yeah, I think you cut it.
cut it, or do you bank it?
On the valley, you cut it because the pocket's more accepting for the cut. And the cue ball's easier to control from the cut. More predictable to control.
Kind of lost a little bit of control
Yeah,
there.
He let it go a bit. Maybe we can see the side angle because he's going to block 99% of this shot when he shoots it. What do you got here, Grant? Don't you love when I ask you a question where it's like the hardest answer ever?
Yeah, right?
Like, well, can't you just ask me that question when it's straight in and obvious one time?
Well, he's looking at cutting this to the top right-hand corner, and I kind of like the top left-hand corner if I was at the table. Now, I'm not at the table, and my profession keeps me on this side of the camera, but...
That's right, me too. Tough shot. Because you can't go all the way around the table, and
not
you can't
from going,
hold.
Yeah, not from going into the right-hand corner. I
Even-
think you could have maybe done it going to the left hand.
So I
Might
think
have been a tougher shot, but
I think maybe the flaw with that was to the left-hand corner. He was more elevated over the 8.
he was. You're definitely more
which
hampered
probably made it like a million times harder.
for sure.
But he did let the shot before get away from him a bit, so that is usually the case. You can always blame yourself, right?
Yeah.
You think, oh my goodness, I have such a tough shot here. Well, you probably put yourself there.
Yep. And you're welcome. Christine, thank you very much for tuning in.
Well, thanks also to the practice room and everybody else on the YouTube chat for tuning in. They like the side angle better. I don't know if I do. Isn't that the one? Is it still having those tracers a little bit?
It is.
Yeah,
And it's simply due to the distance that we're away from that camera.
Yeah, so we're going to clean that up for the team event. We should have a little bit of time tomorrow to move some stuff around.
Move the gear.
Oh, what a great stroke.
Some nice inside juice on that to bring it off that rail nice.
Is Alex O going to come up for the CSL Invitational? I
I-
talked to him about it too. I know Grant did as well.
Yep.
I think he's going to try. He did say it's the same time as his birthday, though.
He did. Yep.
So to me, it kind of sounded like probably not, but you never know.
You never know.
Not single elimination,
No,
Trevor. So
this is true double.
So
double
Eric
dip.
actually has to win twice, and why did I mark Eric one game there? When clearly Alex won that game. Sad no CCS Canadians, yeah, for sure. Hopefully next year.
Yeah. That event happens usually in March, I believe. End of February, early March.
That's correct, yeah, near the middle of March, something like that.
Yeah. Because I know it's usually pretty cold out in Niagara Falls still.
Yeah, it is.
But
It
it's
is.
not super, super cold.
And it's kind of like right after Penticton, which I always remember because that tournament falls on my son's birthday.
Yep.
So I always remember that time of year. And it's kind of like the busiest time of year because you have Penticton, then you have Canadians, then you have BCA right after. Then you have like playoffs for league, and then boom, you're off to Vegas, right? Look at this break. Look at this break. What are these two balls on the end rail? Looks like the 4 next to the orange 5. So 2 to the 4 is not an easy transition there.
It's definitely not. And you know what? The practice room on YouTube, he says he blames Ben for his procrastination.
I'm going to blame you for my procrastination.
Well, I get to play Piggy in the middle, and I'm going to blame Ben as well.
Perfect.
Just because I can. And why not?
Curtis Holden knows both those players well, Tom Tureau and Eric Tremblay. I think if you're like super talented on a 9-foot, you can figure out the small table pretty easily.
Yeah. Jonathan, we would love to come out and do the APA Vegas. Just need to have your, whoever it is that runs APA Vegas, get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to come out and do it.
Yeah, tell them you like our coverage and give them a push in our direction. So what does Alex do here? It looks like he's
Inside 3.
going crazy with the cue
Oh,
ball.
he's banking.
Was that any good? Did it help him?
yes and no. I
is
mean,
this-
he's on the 4, but I don't know whether the 5 passes the 7 or whether it's a combo.
So here's a shot if
Safety.
it doesn't. Yeah, the safety, just thin it, use the 6 for cover. I think
You
that's
got
what
it.
he's doing. Because the 3-ball combo would have to be pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, you let this get away a bit. You don't want to let them see any of the ball.
Yeah, I think he's got the outside edge.
He's
maybe.
got the edge. Which means he could maybe draw and send the cue ball into the 5. And possibly keep it contained down there.
But that's all it takes for us to get into APAs. Enough people requesting, sending in requests to whoever it is that runs the APA.
Absolutely. We'd love to go
That's,
cover that tournament.
I believe that's how we got in with VNEA.
With VNEA here, yeah, absolutely. People enjoyed what we do and gave us good referrals. That's what it's all about. Yeah, so he kind of did use the 5 to hold the cue ball. Smart shot there.
Yep.
He's going to be in jail. I think Alex
Yeah.
can just roll up onto the 6. I think the 4 just goes by the 6 and the cue ball just rolls up onto it. But he's going to try to like play a really tight safety. You can't play loose safeties on the bar box. You got to make sure you freeze them up.
You got to land that cue ball right to the backside of that 6.
The fact that he hasn't shot it already means maybe that's not even on. Maybe he's contemplating a bank.
Oh, I'm looking live. There's more room between that 4-6 than what it shows on camera.
Yeah, he's playing.
Like, there's a lot of room there.
He played a really smart shot there. That was fantastic.
There's your lockup.
How is that?
That's perfect.
Oh my goodness. That could be the shot of the match, shot of the tournament, shot of this entire championship. How good did he hit that ball? Just to draw back perfectly to go right in between there while still sending the 4 to a safe spot.
Yeah, that was good. 3 rails for Eric.
Yeah, he was in tough there. He was in super jail.
I think he hit that a little too hard. It didn't allow that right-hand spin to grab off that second rail.
Well, and he probably knew even hitting up here after the side pocket, it's just going to shoot up to that top rail. It's never really going to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing about that safety is that you couldn't even tie up a ball. You couldn't do anything from there. You were just super dead.
For sure.
Like, how do you even tie up a ball from where he put him? You just had to bash it, and you know you're not going to hit it.
Yeah.
You pretty much just rack the balls for him,
That's it.
right?
Yeah. Pretty much done.
Yeah, you know you played a good safety when it doesn't matter what they do.
Fabian says that's just dirty.
Yeah, that was pool jail. So update on Joe and TJ match. When I was over there, it was like 2-1 Joe, but I don't think he got out. I'm going to guess that match is probably around 4-4 or something like that. Oh, yeah, Grant was telling me that match was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he had all 5 top shots.
He had all 5. Well, we're going to have to squeak Alex's safety in there somewhere. That was pretty good.
It was pretty good, but I'll tell you, wasn't quite up there with what Tyler did. Not in my opinion, but I know you haven't seen it.
Tyler's were potting balls, right?
No, there was
some safeties too.
There, I'll tell you. Well, it wasn't just potting the balls. It was a jump bank shot. There was
just moving the ball well too.
Yeah, back cut 6 to draw with inside and hold shape. It was just everything.
The women's Masters A-side final is actually playing on table 4 between Jana and Jessica. And I'm not sure what the score would be over there. Possibly something like 3-3, race to 6. And we're not 100% sure what the next match on the stream will be because they obviously want to make sure this final has time to play, and if it goes to 2 sets, it could take a while.
Guy says you got into VNEA because you guys are good at what you guys are good, and the previous streamer who shall not be named was well, my only comment to that is I like to think it was a little more than just the fact that we're good.
Yeah. Starting to look like a whitewash. Highly unlikely in this division with alternate break format.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely. And as we can see, Eric's very smart player, so he's not just going to lay over or roll over and die, you know?
Well, and there's a couple of things. It's 9-ball box. That's the biggest factor. 9-ball on the box, it can go your way for 3, 4, 5 racks and then just completely flop on you.
This match is far from over. Far. Julie Wright, we're not sure how Molly did. I know she won the A side in the 9-ball, but then I saw she forfeit her first 2 matches in the final 8 of the 8-ball, so we're hoping she's okay. Use me as eye candy. He only missed once. Morale first shot at 6-2 up. There was 8 runouts. That's how all my matches have gone too. It's just a runout fest. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff. Just the pool is way too good, you know?
Nice catch. Those guys are back on us on the YouTube channel.
Right?
Ben's all over it.
Can't let them get away with that nonsense.
Right?
Josh wants to know what Alex do in 8-ball. Is it over yet? Alex is waiting for the B-side final of the 8-ball, so he's playing pretty sporty this tournament.
He sure is. He usually does, though. I mean, the thing with Alex, he's just a bar box monster.
Well, he's exceptionally good on the big table too, but I definitely think this is more of his specialty, right?
Yeah.
Certainly more of his specialty. Oh,
Ooh,
no.
There's a...
That was loose.
Yeah,
that was really loose.
That was a really, really uncharacteristic-like shot there.
I know he had to cheat the pocket a touch and really get into that ball, but that shot looked a little loose. And it should be noted that Alex has been playing all day and Eric has not.
But I'm wondering if was that done intentionally to make it look like a flub?
Oh, there's no way.
Because the 2's tied up.
No, not at this level. The 4?
Yeah,
4,
or
3
the
to
4,
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not. They never do that at this level. They're always just trying to make the balls and get out, right?
Oh, look at that. What a rub.
Does he have it in the side?
Did he get there, though?
I don't know if he has it in the side. Yeah, Josh, once again, 3rd place match, B-side final. He lost the hot seat.
Eric and Till from Quebec, please come to the control. Also, Clint Bearspaw.
Our apologies for the voiceover in the background. They're still calling players and matches. There's still lots of matches going on.
Oh, there's tons.
And that'll continue right through into tomorrow, probably around 5 o'clock, I would say, is when they hope to finish it up so that people have time to go for the award ceremony. The opening ceremonies.
That is the Suds and Chips party, which we'll try to do some streaming there. I'll just go live off my phone and see if we can't bring you a little bit of the flavor as to what that's like for those that have never been.
Absolutely. What time do they go to today? I think they have the last match scheduled for 8 o'clock, but that sort of depends how this goes.
Yeah. If it starts at 8 on any other table, then this could potentially be our last stream.
Oh, so here's the thing. The match that they have scheduled at 8 o'clock is the winner of Joe and Tyler versus Alex Olinger.
Oh, well, there you go.
So there will be that match, and it might get just delayed a little would be all.
It also may not be played on the stream table because that would mean Alex plays 2 matches in a row on this table.
Correct. And they also have the final of the ladies 9-ball scheduled for 9 o'clock, but we're not 100% sure if they're going to get that far into the tournament. So we'll have to see how it goes.
But this much you need to know. If there's a match to be streamed, we'll be on it.
That's right. Good good hit from Eric there. Does not much, but at least it keeps the pressure on Alex to figure out what to do with this 5-ball.
I think he's looking at the 5-9.
I don't know if that goes, but definitely if it goes by the 8, yeah, you should look at that.
Well, if he gets the right angle, it's a two-way. He could play the safe behind the 8 and send the 5 up table.
Yeah, and he almost looked like he was eyeing up the bank possibly too, so we'll see what he does here.
Yeah, I think he's going to chip into this 9. One of two things can happen. You can make the 9, or the 5 could go, depending on the angle, could go into either the side or the corner.
Mm-hmm. Good question from Len Vanderwall there. Oh, he rattled the 9. Big chance for Eric to get on the board here. He needs to get out here. Len wanted to know how I'm not considered a pro along with Spence, Holem, etc.
Well, I think we had this conversation in the last stream.
For sure we have, and kind of like equal to the players we're watching here. I think they have jobs, right? I think they have jobs.
Is it sponsorship? I don't think so. I think it's more, number one, again,
lack of traveling lately.
Well, and what determines a pro?
Yeah,
right?
That's a very gray area. We're not like top 16 or anything. To be honest, Joe, Eric, and I, with our Fargos under 730, we don't even make top 100 in North America.
Yeah.
So, could you be in the, not in the top 100 and be a pro?
Well, and again, right,
it
comes down to determining what is a pro, and is there a difference between a pro and a traveling pro?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this was a tangent I went off on
in
the last stream that I don't really need to go down again.
No, and I always go off on this one too, but it's difficult. It's certainly difficult, and there's not a ton of money in pool, so we're being realistic, right?
The practice room says it best. My day job is ruining my nightlife.
Right? Stupid day jobs.
My day job is ruining my pool life.
Stupid responsibilities.
Wow.
Smashing it. Where's the 2 going? Right near the 9?
For a 2-9 combination, potentially.
And you know what's nice about this? And I always tell players, anytime you got the ball in the line of the pocket, doesn't matter how far away it is.
Nope. Just make the intended ball.
Exactly. Just pretend like the 9's not even there. Pretend like the 9's not even there and just shoot the 2 in the pocket.
You can play the two-way here too. You can draw the cue ball back up table.
You're gonna jack up and draw the cue ball here?
Oh, nope.
I was gonna say we need to have a chat after about 9-ball strategy. If you're going like way up and down and draw this ball,
right?
I don't like your odds. What's my pre-warm-up routine? Chop wants to know in the Facebook. It kind of depends on the game, to be honest. I like to break lots for sure. Oh, he missed it. Speaking of two-way.
Did he get the window, though?
Has he found the gap?
I know on camera it doesn't look like he does, but those angles can sometimes be deceiving.
I was just kind of looking at the table outside of the screen, and I'm going to say 1,000% he does not have the gap.
Well, and he's really high up to be able to even spin that off that left side rail.
Yeah, I
think the one rail kick the other way is better.
I think the right side rail, yeah. Yeah, that's the right call. Oh, a good hit, and he's going to get rewarded for it.
Fully rewarded.
Yeah. And Alex is going to be a little upset he missed the combo by that much, so. Len wants to know, do we ever come out here other than Canadian CCS? Yeah, I actually made a trip out there last year.
We were out for the CCS ACS border battle as well.
That was another time for sure. Isn't a pro considered over 720 Fargo? Nobody really knows. Ryan Johnson wants to know, is Tommy Felix a pro? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Hard to tell.
Well, it all.
Is there a money list of bottom 200 players?
Yeah.
Because if they're not making like
Full hit.
50K a year in this day and age, then that's not a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, right? I don't want to go down the rabbit hole again, but
It's certainly
define a pro.
It's certainly always
there-
a question at these events.
Well, and that's
constantly,
it, right? I mean, is there a pro card that I'm not aware of, or some qualification? It's, I think, at this point, still a self-declaration.
Mm-hmm. Greg Mormon says, other than Simon Pickering, Ben, I have won more money off you than most others. You've won money off me, Greg? Oh, I get it. Betting on me.
Oh,
I'm thinking, I have never lost to this guy in my life because I've never played him.
No, he just bets on you for the horse.
Well, don't be shy to send a little juice for the horse. A little carrot goes a long way, Greg. But definitely when I'm losing, just send me hate mail.
That's right.
I appreciate the support. Prize for first in the 9-ball is $1,500, I believe. Let me just double check. If you guys want to follow along the bracket, it's on CompuSport under the heading VNEA Las Vegas 2022.
1,500 indeed. Good memory, sir.
And 12 for second. So these guys are playing for a $300 difference.
Any New York tournaments?
And it should be noted, US dollar difference for Eric is a big game changer compared to Alex is just playing for 300.
Right?
Eric's playing for like 500.
So true. Did we make it? I just want to make sure I understand you, Charlene. Any New York tournaments? There's lots of tournaments in New York. But again, anything out in New York, we have truck will travel, and if we can't drive there, we'll fly there.
That's right.
We just need to be invited, and we'll go through the details with whoever's running the tournament with what it would take to get us there, and we will be there.
Absolutely.
Anybody that remembers Q Sports Live prior to the shutdown, we were live pretty much every weekend from a different part of the country.
Yeah, we were all over the place, all over North America.
Mm-hmm.
How many in this tournament? There were 39 in the men's 9-ball Masters singles. But how many in the tournament, Len? About 5,000, give or take. They might be splitting only. No, definitely. Josh, I can guarantee they are not splitting.
No.
1,000%, I will guarantee you that. And the reason I say that is because Eric needs to beat him twice. So Alex would have to be a little bit crazy to split
no doubt.
at least until he lost the first set or something, right? And Dean puts this perfectly. This is exactly what I think. Is 750 plus is pro or top 100 in the world, which is 760 plus. You got to be 760 to be top 100. And I think at that point, you're making enough money that you can be considered a pro.
Well, and I think Blair's got it too. Definition of a pro is anyone who plays on the pro tour for a living.
That's right. It's easy to say, like, I make money playing pool. It's another thing to say, I make a living playing pool.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice little combo there. Eric, another game on the board. The crowd goes wild. The Quebec fans are in the house. They're trying to cheer on their boy. He needs all the support he can get. This is a daunting task trying to double dip Alex.
Alex is a monster. Sounds good, Charlene. Just send us a message to the Q Sports Live page, or you can email me directly. That's Grant at qsportslive.com. Somebody just punched the table. Not happy.
Tyler. That's probably a good sign for Joe Spence fans in the house.
It is true.
Not saying I'm a Joe Spence fan or anything, but
Not saying you're biased. Is that what you're
I'm
trying
not
to
saying I'm an either one of them fan. I'm just saying there's probably some fans. Yeah, too bad Javier isn't here this year. And there's some French fans in the house as well, in the comments, trying to cheer on their boy.
It is I guess a World Pool Championships, but do keep in mind it's a culmination of all of the VNEA pool leagues around all of Canada, the United States, plus a few from elsewhere, Switzerland, and so on and so forth. They all come together, but there's different divisions, and so that money gets chopped up quite a bit. On the pro side, it's the same as everywhere else in any league. It gets thinner the higher up you go in talent with the number of participants.
Right, absolutely.
So therefore, the prize money is reflected in that.
But still pretty good money, and this is only one event, and this is the 9-ball, which to a lot of players feels like the warm-up event for the 8-ball, which pays almost double.
Yeah.
And then you got the Scotch, which you can make a little money in, and you got the 8-ball teams, which pays quite well. So you have one event weekly in Brantford, right? But this is like 4 events with a lot of different divisions, and
for sure,
yeah,
it's the gathering of all the league players once a year.
And let me tell you, this is something else. If you guys have never been to VNEA, you got to put it on the bucket list.
Of course,
100%. You got to make it down here one year.
Well, the really cool part is you meet a lot of people while you're here, and typically the people that you meet here are repeat players, so they come to Vegas pretty much every year. And I've met a couple already that are new this year, which is great to see, because I'll tell you, VNEA Pool League, when they put this thing on, this is a new venue, so the Westgate, but phenomenal job. The setup is awesome, and I will still try, depending on how the stream goes, I'm still going to try to go live tonight, and I'll take you all on a tour and show you exactly how everything is put together here.
I had some thoughts about that. I think we wait for the team event to start before we do that. Well, and then you can really show them. Or maybe we do 2.
We'll do 2.
Maybe we do one with the empty room.
Yeah, because I don't want to
do one with the totally full room.
Yeah, I don't want to disturb anybody that's in a match. So when I go live tonight, it's going to look a little bit slower, maybe not as full. I assure you, it will be packed.
Oh, it's going to be so jammed. That's why I want to show them the other angle of it too, where there's like, I'm not kidding, there's 5,000 players.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just the most insane thing to see with that many tables and that many players and everybody just having so much fun.
That's so the point, is to come here, you get to go to Vegas, you hang out in Vegas, you play pool. You don't have to work like Ben and I do, where you play pool and then stream all day.
And you meet awesome people.
Yeah,
it's just
and you
the
see
greatest
them
thing.
every year, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's super cool. I have friends from this tournament that I met 12 years ago that are from all over the place. Alaska, Texas, Finland, Australia, New Zealand. How cool is that, right?
Absolutely, Dean. You got to put it on the bucket list. It is the first time that I came to Vegas. I will never forget the experience, ever. And I've been hooked ever since, because to see, number one, to see this many tables set up, the way that they're set up. SVB is here, right? So he's putting on shows and clinics and challenge matches.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, you can walk up, pay the money, and play SVB.
Yeah, it's probably like $20.
Yeah.
And you get to play him a game.
Yeah, and then
he
you get
signs
to have
a little poster.
Picture with him and sign.
How cool is that?
It just creates a really cool experience, which of course we're trying to add to. So if you appreciate Q Sports Live being here, make sure you let VNEA Pool League, send them a message, search them out on the website, and just send them a message. That always goes over well, and it shows them that we're doing our job.
Yeah, and I like Dean's next comment. He says, when one of Barry's players get too good to play in VNEA, I'll be submitting my application. Dean, you might as well submit it right now.
Yep, because I rather doubt a few of Barry's teams will be able to compete in
After my performance this week, I'm playing again. They can't kick me out yet.
It's true.
There's no way. Not at least until I win the singles. And I didn't even cash in the singles.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I'm still eligible. But as Grant mentioned, it's not all about playing for us. We're down here for the coverage as well, to make sure you guys get to watch all this fantastic pool. And we come for the fun.
Yeah.
meet the people and have a good time.
It is a great time, without a doubt. And I mean, we put in the hours, right? When we're not in a match, then we're on here. And I know that this particular event, it was just rather bad timing, where, you know, I was not in Ben's division. I'm a lowly open player, but it just happened that we were both playing both at the same time throughout pretty much.
We got
the
a
whole
real
thing.
bad draw.
Yeah, we did.
So you can almost guarantee that's probably going to happen in the team event, just the way it's
Yeah,
going,
right.
right? No, I'm
Right.
kidding. It won't, because the intermediate and masters is a little different in the team event.
Yeah, and so we'll hopefully have a little bit more coverage when it comes to the teams, and we tried our best to not have dead air without commentary, but we didn't want you guys to really miss out on anything.
That's right.
Oh, the Riv days, epic.
Yeah, the Riv was beautiful. I am super impressed by the Westgate here, though.
Oh, 100%.
The food is fantastic. I've had a couple of different options, and I'm really looking forward to eating tonight.
Me too.
Again,
Yep.
I get to eat, one good meal a day.
Yeah.
It's usually at night. And you know what? We only have to be up early to broadcast.
Right. That's
We don't have to be up early to play, which is actually a lot less stressful.
It sure is. Because
Getting
I'll
it-
tell you, me and Morning Pool, we just don't see eye to eye.
Well, and as much as I hate it
It's
too,
just terrible.
it's like just one of those things, you know?
Well, there's a great compliment from Greg. We appreciate that, man. Never a broadcast from your team. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
And Blake Holmes too. Thanks, pal. We do the best we can. We know sometimes it's not as enjoyable without Grant and I's commentary. Sometimes it's enjoyable.
Sometimes more so.
Yeah.
Depends.
Without
Depends
us.
who's on the mic. Because I'll tell you, we kind of have a little special somebody coming in next week.
Next week. Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow already? Yeah, tomorrow's next week, though.
Tomorrow's next week,
Tomorrow's
technically.
next week. Yeah. On the calendar.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's next week.
And you know what's cool about this? Is now you guys never know who it's going to be, because we
right.
had John Schmidt, like Mr. 626.
That's right.
How cool is that?
Well, I'll tell you this.
So for all they know, it could be like Efren or
Well,
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. He is a pro player.
Mm-hmm. He's ranked.
Yeah. More
He's in
than
the top 100. They won't lucky your Fargo. Yeah, you might. It actually happened to a player that just kind of got his weeks in with our team this year, and he was ranked open. And they looked at his Fargo, and it was 670. And then they also looked and saw that he got his weeks in with our team. And they went, "You have to play intermediate, sir." And he says, "I'll take my money back. I'm going to buy playoff tickets."
Right? Yeah, Clark. The Nookie Cookie stream was epic. Sleep deprivation was evident. Most certainly. That was a stream for the ages. That
And as
one.
David Wilson says, you played well in the morning, though, Grant. You cashed.
I did.
cashed.
I'm still, a little bit disappointed. I mean, I can't be overly disappointed because I don't think I played bad. Just run into some really great players. A couple
And-
of shots I'd like back, but I mean, for the most part, I was pretty
Yeah,
happy.
and
I
like-
made some pretty epic
And like
outs.
Dean says here, like the competition is just as stiff in the open because of the volume of players.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, it's the Open Masters. There is some really skilled players.
So Ryan used to love to call it the C Masters. So
The
you're going to have
C
to come up
Masters.
with something better than that, because can't have you sounding like Ryan.
No, it's the Open Master. It's it's a challenge. It's the Challenge League. It's the
So
unknown
it's-
division.
And the way I put it is kind of like, if there's 40 players in the Masters and there's 600 in the Open, then just law of average, there's going to be like 40 really good players out of those 600.
course, and I ran into him.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into him at the wrong time.
So it's kind of, at some point, luck of the draw. Somebody was mentioning the score with TJ and Joe, being that TJ was down 6-4. I can tell you guys, Joe is at the table.
161.
Joe is at the table, and he's got like balls over a pocket and control of that table by the looks of it. So Joe's shooting to try to get to the B-side final. Both these players are guaranteed Charlies, but I don't think the 4th place Charlie means much to them. They're both too good of players. So Alex took a big old swing at that ball, right?
He sure did.
He couldn't do a ton. He kind of put himself in jail. Another great chance for Eric here. Let's see if he can back cut this ball in, hold the cue ball. No, he crashes the 5. That's probably a smart shot.
That worked out.
Hard for that to go wrong, right? Unless you hammer it, right?
Well, I mean, you could chip off kind of the far right side and end up a little bit funky, but it definitely worked out.
Unlikely, right?
This is just point and click here. This is shooting fish in a barrel.
And Joe has 2 balls and the 8. And then he's going to be waiting for Alex to finish this match.
Oh, wow, look at that. Alex gives him the 2-ball spot.
Oh, that's a little bit of frustration, no?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's not happy that he hooked himself there, right? That's what that was.
Well, Dean, there is an option for you. Just start a VNEA charter. That is always an option.
We're hoping to twist their arm one of these days soon and maybe get them in the Ghost League, so
absolutely,
that would be nice as well.
I do have some time set aside for myself and VNEA to have a small conversation. Now, understand, guys, especially if you're members of the CSL IPL, that's a tough mountain to climb.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to come quick, and it's not going to be an easy thing to do. So, that being said, I will certainly put in my efforts to make it happen.
Joe makes the 8 and scratches. No way. Joe just potted the 8 and scratched to win the match 7-4, and now I believe it's 6-5. Wow.
With TJ breaking to get to
No, I think it's Joe breaking. I think it's
it?
Joe breaking, yeah. They're both breaking right now. They're out of there. Neither one of them was happy to see that. I guarantee it.
For sure.
Like, and even you'd think, yeah, TJ probably, he loves that. No. Yeah. No, you don't want to win like that. You don't want to see that happen. It was just it was a weird thing for that to scratch.
Well, and guys, I'm pretty impressed so far with some numbers, but let's have some more. Smash that share button. Let's go. These guys deserve a massive audience right now. We got 370 on Facebook, another 113 on YouTube, almost 500. Let's pop it up there.
Yeah, let's get it. Can we pan the camera to Joe's match? No, because that's not the final. That's only the 4th place match, and it's that exciting. Can you imagine how exciting it's going to be when it gets down to, like, the 3rd place match? It was kind of just like one of those situations where when Alex was hooked, I kind of just started looking over there,
Yep. Nice little jelly rub off that 7 ball.
Yeah, he's decently on the 2 here, and he
2
needs
to
to
the
be
3 is that is rough.
Right where he's pointing.
Yeah, a little draw with some right-hand spin on that cue ball.
You know what
watch the 8 ball.
You know what the other problem is, Grant? You get perfect on the 3. You get up and down to the 5. You get up and down to the 6. You get up and down from the 6 to the 7.
There's some up.
You have to land perfect on every ball here.
You got it.
And you're going full table every shot with the cue ball. This is a nightmare of a layout to be looking at. You don't want to see this. The only saving grace is the 8 near the side.
Although really you know exactly what you need to do on every shot.
He got a really good kiss there off the 9 to keep angle, and now it's just about playing one more angle on the 6.
Yeah. So I like the draw here off this 5. What do you like, Ben?
Yeah, I like the draw too. Looks
Take
like
the 8 out of the equation.
But from our angle, it can be a little deceiving too, right?
It can be.
But yeah, I like even maybe playing 2 rails around the 8 with the draw, right?
Yeah. I just like taking the 8 out of the equation as a potential.
The only flaw with that is sometimes you can get like not enough angle on the 6. The way he played it, he guaranteed he was going to have plenty of angle on the 6, which is key. Yeah, almost a Dwayne Bjornstad 6-ball exercise. Yeah, up and down, up and down. Big shot here in this match, just to get it to 4-4 and kind of keep Alex on tilt.
So do you go down to the I was going to ask you, what side do you come down to?
Yeah, like this side.
This side,
Yeah.
because it again takes that 8 out of the equation. So a little bit tree-topped. Not too terrible, though. Go forward maybe 2 rails here. Yeah. And really nothing to do here. Make the 8. Should be pretty much automatic shape from there.
Oh, yeah, I can't imagine he makes him shoot that ball.
No.
Not after he gave him 2 balls in the last game.
These guys are battling it out. I'll tell you
We
what.
have a match. You remember when it was 3-0 Olinger?
I sure do.
Doesn't feel like that long ago, right?
Nope. But like I said, when that happened, this is 9 ball on the box. It can change in a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
you nailed it. Even 8 ball, I've seen it so much.
Oh,
Guy
for
just breaks
sure.
rye once, and all of a sudden the score swings 3 games.
Well, and you can never question the heart. I said it a couple of different times in the stream already that I've seen some strange guy named Ben Francis come back in a deficit of 8-1 in a race to 9 against Eric Vargas.
Derek Moore.
And Derek Moore, yeah.
No, only Derek Moore.
No, you did it with Eric in.
Did I do it with Eric too?
You did. I'll never forget it.
Well, I did it to Derek in the final.
Yeah, but you did it that same tournament against Eric.
Oh, crazy. On the bar box?
On the bar box. It was at the Alberta Bar Box Championships.
Yeah. I don't remember that match, but
Oh,
I
I do.
definitely remember the Derek match.
No, I remember because I was blown away.
No. This is what happened. I was down 5-1 to Eric. But Derek Moore, I was down 8-1, and Derek Moore didn't know he was on the hill. Because this is what happened was the final was an extended 1 race. So when I played Eric, it was only like a race to 7. And I was down 5-1. I made an epic comeback.
That's right.
Then I get to Derek Moore in the final, and he
Yep.
doesn't really know that it's a race to 9.
Yeah.
So when he shoots the 7th game, he's like going to shake my hand. I'm like, no, race to 9. And then so he wins the next game too. And then I just catch like
You
some
caught a
fire
gear
and like get a whole bunch of luck. And it was like the
Well, and you-
stars aligned.
Yeah, well, you did it right. You put the heat on him.
Yeah, I just played quick too. Like there was no messing around. I believe it was like, do you remember the game? Was it the 9 ball or the 10 ball?
It was 9 ball.
It wasn't 8 ball. Yeah, I think it had to be a 9 ball. Yeah. Yeah, Dean. They do it at BCA. They use the magic rack in 9 ball on the box at BCA.
Yeah. See, even Mike, did you not do it in PI 2 to 3 years ago as well? I was sure. I mean, there's nobody I know.
I've done it a handful of times.
that has done that more than Ben Francis.
I've done it a handful of times. PEI, I think I went pretty much. I think I coasted through that one the year that I won it. I don't think I had any close matches.
And it looks like this 5-8 should be fairly wired up.
Super dead, but the flaw is you got the cue ball a little bit close to the rail, so now trying to hold position for the 5 can be a little bit tricky. I wonder if he tries to cut this one way or the other.
Yeah, and just throw that ball in
And
the 8 ball.
get the cue ball out away from the 5, because it's. I mean, you can't just play this with middle ball and hit it full.
Oh, he's cutting it big time.
Yeah.
I'm looking down the barrel.
Yeah, so he's going to want to try to cut it to get the cue ball somewhere. I do think.
Maybe it's not quite wired
No,
up. It's got to be playing
it
to the outside of the pocket.
It isn't. Yeah, it's playing more towards the middle of the table
Correct.
side of the pocket.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that last out was something else by Eric Tremblay. I think the French folks, the Quebec folks that are in the stands, they liked that one. Yeah, see, that was
That
not.
was always tough.
I don't even think it was makeable, to be honest.
Yeah,
Once I
was
looked at
wondering.
the table outside of the screen, I realized I don't even think that ball was makeable.
I'm wondering though, if it may have been a smarter play to intentionally try to play safe there.
Yeah, I
use
think-
the 6 ball.
Well,
cut the other way.
And because the shot wasn't makeable, like, and I
You just
sometimes
give away a game.
I sometimes tell players, don't play shots that you know don't work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get up there and you're like, maybe it'll work this time. Right?
Nope.
No, you know
Still
that
not
you've
gonna
shot
work.
it 100 times and it's never worked, and it still won't, right?
Right?
But sometimes you get up there and you're like, well, maybe it'll work this time.
Yeah.
No, you know that ball doesn't go. Find a different shot.
Yep.
Find the right shot.
I agree.
And that's not to say that maybe Alex had a great option there. Sometimes you just have no choice.
It's so true.
And you just got to let it fly, right?
Yeah.
And that might have been one of those situations. Because from
For
back
sure.
here, it looks a lot easier than when you're at the table.
Indeed. And guys, I can tell you, I love seeing all the shares go out. We're now well over the 500 mark. Let's see if we can get to 6 for everybody new that is just tuning in. You are watching the VNEA World Pool Championships here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are broadcasting out of the Westgate Hotel.
Hui's kick the 8-ball in at the CCS Canadian
Oh,
Championships was the greatest shot ever shown on Q Sports Live.
Who said that? Where's that comment?
Clark, right
Oh,
at
yeah.
the bottom.
1,000%.
Yeah.
To me, that was definitely a highlight of commentating on Q Sports Live.
Oh, yeah, unbelievable. I was sitting at home just yelling at my screen. Just yelling. Nobody was in my house except me, and I was just yelling one time, so loud, right?
The wildest part of that whole thing, right, is so I've got the cameras on Joe, and he is literally
Speed pool.
speed
Getting
walking
through it.
running
so
around
that
the table.
Hui shot was the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, and just
Incredible.
as Joe's 8-ball went down, flipped the camera,
perfect
then you
timing.
see Hui make that 8-ball kick,
so
and
great.
I'll tell you, the room
Oh,
exploded.
yeah. Everybody went nuts. My room exploded. I was home by myself. Like, I can't imagine being there.
Oh, it was epic. It was one of the most memorable moments on Q Sports Live
For
for me.
sure.
Yeah, and I sure miss him. God, I miss Barry.
Oh, absolutely.
I
I
miss
always
his
think about
energy,
him lots
yeah.
at this tournament. We got the jersey. We got the Hui
We-
jersey. We're going to hang it on the back of the chair like we always do.
Absolutely.
Nobody's allowed to sit in that chair because he's sitting there.
That's it. He's player number 6.
That's right.
Yeah, such a special moment.
So as Patrick says, what a great comeback from Eric here. He's really recovered well after being down
he sure
3-0
has.
to kind of gain major control of this match, because if he can get out here, he's going to have 2 breaks to win this match.
Look at this. What a shot. So do you just
Oh, he'll only have 1 break to win the match, correct?
He'll just slow this in for the 4-ball?
Yeah, the 4 passes up by the
Oh,
7.
I guess it does pass by the 7. And 7 makes that a really big pocket on where it's at.
And you don't really want to shoot the 4 on the side trying to get to the 5.
True
Because the
enough.
pocket's a little small for how hard you got to hit the ball. I think I like him drawing out to middle. Yeah, just like this. Because you can't really get a bad angle, right? If you land straight in, you just draw back. If you land on the left side of the ball, you use the top rail. You land on the right side, you use the side rail, right?
Yeah, and I think I'm going to draw off this. So I'm going to aim this 4-ball right at the horn. Because he's a little, I'm looking down the barrel. He's a little bit up table from where he wanted to be.
Just draw straight back.
Yeah.
He's going to look to see if the 5 passes in the other corner, too, but I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Tom Joyce wants to know the score of Joe Spence's match. TJ's breaking on the hill.
Dean McNaughton says Hui's kick on the 8-ball was against his team that year.
Oh, jeez, poor
that
Dean.
that was just an epic moment.
Yeah, this Eric dude is on fire, says Jason Parker in the YouTube. This is a fantastic match. Make sure you guys are sharing that stream lots. We could have a second set of this final.
We certainly
Unless he puts himself right on top of the 5. He's got to find a safety now.
I think the
there's a pot.
safety is fairly decent. Chip off that 5 and send the cue ball in behind the 6-ball.
I think it lays pretty nice. As long as the chip off the 5 isn't like...
Too high. But I
Scratch.
think you want to marry right behind that 6.
Oh,
so
you got to put him
I'm
in
gonna
jail.
go.
You can't play a weak safe.
I'm going inside on this. A little bit of right-hand spin.
Touch of right spin.
Yeah.
No,
he only
didn't
used the
get the
9.
right.
That's
he
not
didn't
going to
get the
do
right
it.
spin. No, I
That's
don't
not
like
going to
that.
do it.
No,
Alex can pop over this, and that 6 is as good as made.
Pretty routine jump shot, yeah. Oh, and it looks like TJ's made a bunch of balls on his break over there. It's not looking good if your name's Joe Spence. But maximum amount of pressure over there.
Absolutely.
Oh, Grant's on the spam bots this time.
Oh, I'm on it.
And Alex drills the jump as predicted.
As I kind of thought.
But he's
Oh.
pretty hooked. I actually think the kick lays pretty good here. And the
Yeah,
nice
the
thing
rail
about the
first.
kick is you're very unlikely to overcut it.
Yes.
You're highly likely to undercut it, in which case the 6 banks back near the 9 and the cue ball's naturally going towards the 8.
I agree 100%.
So you can get a little safe. The other bonus is the 7's over the hole. You don't have to play shape.
That's right. So you're going off the end rail here. So with the back cut
Yeah, around
underneath the
9.
9.
Left spin is going to help it. Touch of left spin, and just enough weight that if you miss the 6, you bank it out near the 9. And let's see what's happening over on that other table. Alex is just waiting to shoot because TJ is shooting over there.
I love that comment. The practice room, 138 watching, only 19 likes. Come on, lads, click that button. Do it. Be one of us.
Yeah, we got 141 on the YouTube, but we got 462 on the Facebook.
That
See
means
this shot?
we're, that's great. That's perfect.
See this shot?
I don't know that he'll like his next shot, but that shot
Predictable
was good.
though, right? If you start seeing those kind of misses and which way those shots tend to play, then you can play them at that kind of speed that Alex played it. You know exactly what's going to happen if you don't happen to make the ball.
So
I love that he played the shot I called.
So do you, if you're Eric, do you play that Alex Pagulayan kick? I know on the stream it doesn't look like there's room. Look live, and that 9 ball's up higher.
Underneath
so
the
underneath
9
the
again.
9,
Same
yeah,
thing. No,
same thing.
I think he's going to thin it and go 2 rails and try to get the cue ball behind the 8.
Stick the 6 on the 9 ball.
use
There's
the
a
9.
risk and a half.
No, he sold it out. He had to hit it way thinner.
Yeah, I like the Alex Pagulayan kick a little bit better. Top right-hand spin
It's hard to say
underneath the
from
9.
from back here too. Like if you're, and the other thing about those kick shots I find really is that when you look from behind them and you look and you see, oh, there's lots of room. Then you get down and you look at the cue ball angle and you're like, wait.
Wait a
And
minute.
I think the other factor was with how close this cue ball was to the rail
Yeah.
and to the 8.
He might have been a
with the
little hampered.
with the amount of spin. Yeah, just and only a touch hampered there is a nightmare, right?
Yeah. Well, I think he caught that 6 a little bit thick, which is what led to that coming a little bit short and getting
That's
in
right.
behind that 9.
Absolutely. If he hit it much thinner, he was going to be okay.
Well, it almost caused the cue ball to scratch.
Yeah, he hit it so thick it came towards the side. He was way off the mark for sure.
But you know what? Alex will take advantage.
Jeff Blaze just gave me this look like you didn't win the resurrection after you beat me. Are you kidding me? All right, we got TJ Steinhaus on the other table. He's got the 8 ball, looks like straight in to knock out Joe Spence. And Alex ties this up at 5. What a barn burner of a final we got
No
going
doubt,
here.
guys.
Fully entertained.
Let's go. Get that share button going. I believe we're up over 600 right now with almost 50,000 viewers. We should be able to get into the thousands.
That cheer you heard was TJ making the 8 ball. Tyler Steinhaus knocks out Joe Spence.
Good run from Mr. Spence.
Joe is going to be more gutted than he's ever been in any pool game in his entire life right now. Because the shot he made on the 8 and scratched on, it was a shot he should have never scratched on.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be unconsolable for a little while today.
Yes, I would have to agree.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, of course, we want to see Joe do well, but tomorrow he may feel slightly better. Well,
It is a new day.
Let's not say tomorrow. Let's say next year. That one's going to take a little while to recover from.
Jason Parker. I accidentally.
Oh, You hit Jason Parker's
I
comment
did.
by accident.
Sorry, Jason. My bad.
Can we unhide it?
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. The salesman says, something I never understood at these events, are masterclass players open speed or pro speed? Well, it depends what your definition of open is. But these guys, I would describe them as semi-pro players. They're
Yes.
not pros. They're not top 100 ranks. They're nothing. They're just nobodies.
And Matthew, yes, this is set number 1.
And Ryan, the TJ match was for 4th place, so he's going to play Alex Ollinger in the B-side final. Tyler Steinhaus putting on a clinic at this tournament.
And I'll tell you what.
He might be super dangerous. He got a get-out-of-jail-free card there.
Sure did.
He's going to be real hard to beat.
But then you got to look at Alex Ollinger. With the amount of pool he's played, he is going to be in dead punch now going back to 8-ball.
Yeah, well, he's played a lot of pool. Is fatigue going to be a factor as well, though?
It very well could be.
Because now he's playing 2 different events. He's playing twice
Look
as
at this
much
shot.
pool.
Look at
Did he
this shot.
scratch, though?
Just
He scratched.
maximum punishment.
He scratched. Unbelievable. He scratched. What a great shot.
The pool gods have a way of punishing really good shots.
He did not deserve that. Isabel wants to know, how many points does one need to win? You need 7 games won. But Eric actually needs to win 14 games.
Yeah. And TJ is from Minnesota.
And yeah, this is
So
a
Eric
7-foot
Tremblay
table.
looking to get on the hill first. Who would have thunk down 3-0?
He's played absolutely fabulous since down 3-0. And it should be noted that Alex has gotten a couple of tough rolls. Tough rolls at the ball. And you know what makes this more significant, this game, Grant? The fact that Eric's breaking next.
Yeah.
He's going to have a break to win the first set of the tournament.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
But gets away with it.
Only a little. Like, this is somewhat getaway. If I'm Alex, I'm thrilled to be at this table.
100%.
Because I have no business shooting again here.
100%. And I know that 8-3 looks close on the stream, but there is about a foot of distance between that 8-3.
There's a big gap, like at least 6-inch gap. So I don't think like the 3-8 billiard is on or
It's
anything
not.
like that. you know?
No. This is tough because you can only see about a half a ball of that 3-ball.
He's shooting it pretty quick, so he must have found a shot. Is he going to try to
Try to
bank
bank
the
it?
3? Yeah.
Took the words out of my
Good
mouth.
call. We've done this before.
And thank you, Ryan. We appreciate that. We got lots coming up. So once we're done the VNEA here, probably be a couple of local streams, some qualifiers for the Canada Open event. And then in August, guys, mark your calendars. He did try to bank it and left it wide open.
Sold it out, and I can't see him making another mistake.
No, not from here.
No.
So mark your calendars, August 11th to 14th. That will be the Q Sports Live Invitational, $10,000 added. That will be played at the Leather Pocket in Calgary, Alberta. And then straight into August 16th to 20th, the Predator Pro Series.
Super looking forward to that.
And that we will be bringing you live. You know where.
Absolutely. Eric Tremblay with 4 balls left to get on the hill, and he's going to be breaking the next game with a chance to win the first set of this final against Alex Ollinger. And I'm curious if Alex will request to play the B-side final of the 8-ball tomorrow, if this goes to a second set.
Absolutely.
Well, because we're at 7:30 already.
Which tells me that this is going to be the final stream of the evening.
And not 100% because there's still a women's division, but most likely, if
This
there-
one's
if this goes to
taken-
a second set, yeah, because we're already at an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So if the next set goes close as well, another hour and 10 minutes puts us at only 8:45. It's possible they would play the B-side final at 9.
But you got to
Very
take into
possible.
account, I would be willing to bet both of these guys are going to go take a breather.
In between
willing,
sets.
yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be willing to bet.
But if I'm Eric, not very long.
No,
I want
for
5
sure.
minutes. That's it. You can have 5 and let's go, right? Mike Sundstrom.
What will SVP go?
Well, we can give you that much information.
It won't be SVP.
It is not SVP. I think it would be extremely difficult to get SVP on a mic. Actually, I'm pretty sure we tried before. We asked if he would like to do commentary.
yeah.
His explanation was that he's a pool player, and that the comparison he used was that Earl is an entertainer. And he used Earl because Earl's his idol,
no.
right? But he said he's not an entertainer.
Yeah.
He's just a player, right? So as much as he's very entertaining
he's a gifted
to watch,
player.
but he's not out there chatting it up with people trying to entertain in that
No.
sense, or doing trick shot shows and you know exhibition matches and
Yeah.
no, that's not him.
A little bit of a slug break here. They did not blow apart.
This was the absolute worst time in the entire world to slug rack yourself.
Right?
You're on the hill. You're playing Alex Olinger, the
You got to
Masters
make sure
men's
that
9-ball
that's
singles
tight.
final. Yeah. Well, and this table is racking really good, so I'm not sure what happened there. That could, and we don't notice or we don't mention this ever, but pressure can affect the way you rack.
Oh, absolutely.
100% it can.
Well, and it could be as slight as just, you put the rack away and there's a ball that moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't take much. Not in this game. Like, have you ever got down, like you played shape, you chalked your cue, you got down to shoot the next ball and the cue ball moves.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it. Every pool player's seen it a ton of times, right?
Yeah.
So if the cue ball does that, then you can guarantee every other ball does that too, right? So what
Look
does he
at
have?
this.
Is he going to thin the left side of this and play safe? Or does he see a combo?
I think you have to play the thin. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's looking at the 3-9 combo? No, he's just looking at where the 3 is going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the safe is good because there's a lot of balls to hide behind the
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to overhit this.
The
right?
return,
Just a nice little thin right-hand spin on the cue ball.
the return safety from Alex from a kick is going to be very, very tough. Because I tend to think the 9 is actually going to push out and block more of this end rail, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's loading up like he's playing this. He didn't try to make that. Why did he try to make that?
And left the 3 wide open.
He couldn't have been trying to make that, right? He must have just hit it too thick again, maybe.
That could be a very fundamental error.
Well, he's going to remember that if he doesn't get back to the table.
Of course. And I think Alex can run and then break and run. And
That's
it's
right.
curtains.
That's right.
But we'll see if fatigue is starting to set in on Alex.
Well, and on both of these guys, this has been a long few days.
Look at this.
He's okay. I think the safe play here is actually just to shoot the 5 up table because the 6 is right over the hole.
Yeah, the 6 is a duck.
Yeah, so just don't try to get crazy with the cue ball. Since cue ball's near the rail, that's why I like that call.
Mm-hmm. And Maria, I liked, if he would have got more to the left side of the table, I don't mind the attempt on the 9 ball.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. But he didn't quite get there, so. Oh, he's going around this. He's going to shoot in the same hole as 6. So he had more angle than I thought he had as well.
Well, and he must have a lot more room between
The
to
horn
pocket.
and the 6.
Yeah, to
thing,
pocket that's that 5 ball.
Yeah, I think he's got quite a bit of room. He doesn't want to touch the 6 here, though.
Nope.
You want to put this ball in clean. You touch the 6 and funny stuff can happen. Oh, he goes right in the heart. He had to be very accurate there. That was a good shot.
And
better,
he wants to
better
go
than it
back
looked.
just about to where he is. Maybe a touch lower than where he's at right now. 7 into the side.
Yeah, I don't like playing in the side because this is
he
what
goes
can happen.
high.
I really don't like playing that ball on the side. I don't. Not from a ball that's hanging over the corner. But it should be noted that this guy gave me a whooping, so he probably knows better than me.
Yeah, I believe these are.
What a great shot. What a great shot. He's getting
good.
there for
He's
sure.
good.
Yeah.
I thought he underhit a little.
That was super well hit. And a couple of his fans gave a tap-tap over there as well. So
We're going hill, ladies and gentlemen.
Maximum amount of excitement.
Right? Maximum entertainment. You gotta do it up. Smash that share button. Let's go.
And Ryan Johnson wants to know if Alex wins, will the third place 8-ball be next? I believe so. Because that's scheduled for 8 o'clock.
It is.
Which is in 25 minutes from now.
I would suspect that's what would be next.
And these guys only have one game left to play in this first set. If Eric wins, that might change the plans a little. If Eric wins this game and we have a second set, that's going to put a bit of a twist in the plans.
And you can see Alex is taking his time, making sure that this time that rack is going to be tight.
Well, after just watching what happened to Eric,
absolutely.
Yeah, he's not going to mess around. This is seasoned.
It is
seasoned. Alex knows the situation, the gravity of it, and how careful you got to be with this rack.
Yeah, he's been in this spot once or twice.
And I don't think, as much as he is still going to be nervous, of course anybody would be, he's going to be less nervous than Eric, I would have to suspect.
And I do believe that these are Ridgeback Pro Cut.
They're not Pro Cut.
They're not Pro Cut.
Pro Cut would be like 4 1/4 inch pockets. That's what they refer to Pro Cut as. But the Ridgeback rails are beautiful, and these tables play absolutely awesome. I'm a huge fan of these Ridgeback. Makes the wing ball. Where's the 1 going? 3 gets out of the way, but the 7 spoils the show.
So do you duck and hide underneath that 7 ball?
I don't know. I'm going to look for a shot first. Maybe the combination, if I can hold the cue ball.
How about you chip off the top side of the 1 ball off the side rail and bring the cue ball back down behind this 9-5?
That's another shot as well. Yeah, like you mean send the 1 up behind the 7 and get the cue ball safe? I don't mind that. Pro Cut's 4 1/2. Sure. Somebody got their flash on. That's a terrible time to do that.
Not a good idea to do that.
No good. No good. Run away.
Pool etiquette 101.
Well, let's see. What's he doing here? Is he playing the combo or is he ducking? He's playing the. Oh, he did play your shot.
Yeah.
He tried to send that cue ball behind the 5.
Yeah.
And he didn't sell the farm, let me tell you. If Eric tries to cut this ball in, he's an absolute maniac.
Oh, I don't think there's any way he's cutting it in. The question is, the 138 wired to go?
No, definitely not. Not from that distance and kicking. You can't really control how it throws. If it throws, right? I think the shot here is actually try to get the cue ball behind the 5 again. The flaw being,
you sell out.
You're going to put the 1 right over the hole.
Yeah. Although the 7 is there, so good things could happen if you're Eric here.
Yeah, for sure. It can like kind of go 2 rails and in behind there. Kind of like this. Does he get it right? He doesn't.
And left it open. And I believe that cuts right beside, or right, it does.
So
it cuts beside the 7.
So that's the 2 on the left side rail. That makes a big difference here. I actually think it's maybe a little easier to get from the 1 to the 2 than it is the 1 to the 3.
Watching Alex, isn't that almost like the way you play? No. I could only wish I play at Alex Ollinger's speed.
Me too. Holy cow, this guy is unreal.
He's a bar box monster.
Yeah, he really is.
I'm
such a talented player.
I'm the janitor.
Oh, he uses the 3 to hold the cue ball. What a smart shot. Yeah, what a very smart shot that was. It's easy to like get crazy there and try to play that with a bunch of juice.
Mm-hmm. And there's no need.
And he took exactly what the table gave him. He wanted to hit a little more on the other side of the 3, but this is just fine. So now it's all about that 4 ball, which is near the 8. Does it pass the 8? Oh, he needs a big bounce.
He sure does.
Oh, the 4-9 is on, possibly?
I think there's no other choice. Where else are you going to go with the cue ball?
Yeah, it's going to be too delayed, I think, to switch.
Yeah.
Oh, but we can switch if he's going to guess on this one for a second. Right? You can switch it right now. Because he stood up off the shot, so. we'll take a look from this angle.
I am the janitor. Gord. It's my claim to fame. I don't know nothing. I never have and I never will.
So we gotta wait for this delay to see what he did here. Looks like he stroked it in pretty good. Does the 4 pass? Can we switch back to the other camera quick?
I think so.
Yeah, we can. We got time. We got time. There's time.
Sorry for the delays. The other camera seems to have not had its V8 today.
That's right. Eddie Brock, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, it does go right to the inside of the pocket. Alex is out.
And while you mention it, Eddie, the way we keep these streams free is through you guys liking and following our Facebook, subscribing on our YouTube.
700 viewers, y'all. We appreciate it.
Alex is shooting these 3 balls to go undefeated in a 39 Masters men's field and win himself $1,500, a gold Charlie. And I
the title.
just remembered, because I went and got my payout, you get a jacket too.
Yeah, you do.
You get a jacket.
Jackets are on this year.
They're always on. I just, for some reason, forgot.
Does he go under or does he check?
He's going under. You don't want to risk playing it with inside and having something funny happen, right? So
A fan advantage. We do. That'll be live tomorrow. So for anybody tuning in now, we are back tomorrow morning. And we will have the viewer advantage ready to rock and roll. That is $20. Gets you in it to win it. The first ticket will win choice of one of 2 beautiful Jacoby Qs. And then we decided what the heck, we're going to draw another ticket after that, and they will take the other Q. So we have 2 Qs in this draw.
That's
that
right.
we're going to give away. That draw date will be the end of the event, end of day Saturday.
That's right.
And so if you haven't done so, guys, make sure, go onto our Facebook, hit the follow button. We're getting pretty close to scaring 50,000 followers on our Facebook page.
That's right. And I think we'll be back. I'm going to predict in about 15 minutes, Alex Olinger going to take on Tyler Steinhaus. Let's double check the bracket and make sure they didn't move that.
Yeah, before y'all go away, let us check on it.
And if you guys are curious, you can follow along with the bracket on CompuSport. It's going to be under the VNEA Las Vegas 2022 heading. So let me just go to this 8-ball singles bracket. They got it scheduled for 8 o'clock, which is in
my gosh.
17 minutes. What a match that's going to be.
Don't go far, guys. That will be an absolute barn burner.
And Russell, I'll just answer this quick. The payout is not that. It's actually pretty good for a small event and one of 4 events at the VNEA where you can make some money.
Absolutely. With that being said, we are going to do a quick shutdown restart. Again, don't go far. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn, get your candy, get a soda pop, get ready.
And so just one more quick answer to this question. Brian, they do have the Ladies Masters 9-ball singles final scheduled for 9 o'clock. So
depends how quick of a match this is.
So it depends if they maybe, like you said, put those guys on table 2 because Alex has played too many matches on 1.
It really does depend. So
if they do, we'll move the camera for the Alex and Tyler match.
Absolutely.
And then we'll move it for the ladies 9-ball final.
You got it. You got it. We'll bring it to you one way or the other. In either which case, make sure you follow us on Facebook. Get your popcorn again. Get things ready to rock and roll. We'll be back here real quick. Don't go far. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. On behalf of myself, Ben Francis, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we'll return in a few moments.
Don't go far.